Election day will bring a big decision for voters in one small town.
People living in the Columbus County town of Sandyfield will decide whether to legalize alcohol sales. WECT's Delaney Tarpley talked to the mayor of Sandyfield about the referendum questions on the ballot. So safe to say, Delaney, that this would be a pretty big change if it's approved.
Yeah, that's right, John. Mayor Gary Keaton says since the town incorporated back in the 90s, the sale of alcohol has always been illegal. And right now there are no bars or restaurants inside the town limits to actually sell drinks. But if voters approve the referendum, the mayor says it could open the door for growth and future businesses.
Sandyfield, a town in Columbus County with a population of just over 400 people, is a lot like what you would expect. Not much else in town limits besides a town hall, a park, and a handful of houses. But 3 questions on this year's ballot could add something new to Sandyfield's limited menu.
It could open up opportunities for business. It could open up opportunities for tax revenue for a town that pays for public services.
Voters in Sandyfield will decide whether to legalize the sale of malt beverages, unfortified wine, and mixed drinks. Mayor Gary Keaton says it would be a big change.
So we've never had alcohol sales here in the town of Sandyfield. Sandyfield is a small town. You know, we were incorporated back in 1994. And so this is just one of those things in a small, quiet town that has never been a concern or an idea that anyone voiced strongly, so it's never come up before.
Keaton said the idea began from a group of residents. It went to the planning board, to town council, to being on the ballot. Even though there are no bars, restaurants, or stores where the alcohol could be sold, the mayor believes growth is inevitable. Projections show Columbus County's population is expected to grow by 5% in the next 5 years.
We want to put measures in place that, that represent what our citizens want, in the future, because, growth is coming.
But when it comes to the sale of mixed drinks, there are mixed opinions.
I've heard feedback from those that agree with alcohol sales, and I've heard feedback from those that do not want it.
Which is why Keaton's encouraging everyone to get out and vote, especially in a town like Sandyfield, where just a few votes could be the difference between buying a beer in town and having to travel out of town to raise a glass.
People who live in Sandyfield can vote early at the Columbus County Board of Elections office tomorrow and on Saturday. On Election Day, I'm told the town's voting location is going to be the Ransom Activity Center. John.
Well, Delaney, you said it in your story. No bars, restaurants, stores, even a gas station where alcohol could be sold. So why in 2025 is it time to put it on the ballot?
Yeah, that's a great point, John. Mayor Keaton says he'd rather be prepared with set rules and regulations before a future business is proposed. That way they don't have to scramble and make a quick decision on alcohol sales in the future.
Good point there, too. We'll have to see what the voters decide on Election Day. Delaney, thanks.